Hey there everyone, and welcome back to Real Living, and welcome if you're new. My name's Ashley, and this week's video I have a ton of cleaning motivation as I am deep cleaning my bedroom, and I also have finally gotten all of the decorations on the outside done, so our Halloween display is complete. So come along with me and let's get motivated, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So as you can see by the fan alone, this room is one that definitely gets pushed to the back burner a ton. Now when it comes to the fans in my house, they're usually the ones that always get the most dust on them because I literally never turn them off. Even in the wintertime, my fans are running. So when I do actually realize that I need to do a good deep clean, I try to make sure that I start with the fans and the ceiling, getting it all dusted and wiped down and cleaned, and then all of the pictures and posters and all of that stuff on the walls, also getting those dusted and stuff like that. I try to start top to bottom, that way all the dust that I'm kicking up can kind of have a chance to settle, and then I can clean it up and I can vacuum it up and everything else. But definitely one of the rooms in the house that does honestly get neglected because I tend to take care of the rest of the house. I know a lot of you have followed me for a while and you have heard me say this multiple times, but my room is not as important to me as the rest of my house because everybody sees the rest of my house. Not everybody sees my bedroom. So it is not a room that I am necessarily going to focus on as much as the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, the places where we hang out the most, and the places that our guests are going to see and stuff like that. So those are the rooms that I always focus on, and a lot of times things will get put into my room and they just get left there. It's kind of a catch-all area, especially the desk. The desk gets all of the mail and a lot of the other random things, so I needed to get in here and just give it a really good, thorough clean. And it was about time because the fan alone was just awful, but the dust and the desk were probably the worst. And then I had a mountain of laundry that I had to catch up on and all of this. So I wanted to definitely hit the road running and get into this room and just get it as clean as I could. I got a comment just very recently about my home and how it seems like it's a home that's actually lived in. And the way the person worded it, they even put at the end that they did not mean it in a negative way whatsoever, but it was a real home. And honestly, that hit so close to my heart because that is one of the reasons why I started YouTube. When I started watching cleaning videos and kind of getting that little bit of motivation to even do YouTube, I was doing research, I'm watching all of these people, and they're all cleaning their homes, but I had a really hard time finding a home that looked like mine. My house is a 1963 old mobile home with an add-on built onto it. So it is not your typical home. It's not one that is a $300,000 house or a 2-story house or this beautiful, immaculate place. But I love my home. I am so, so proud of my home. And the fact that I didn't see too many out there like it made me want to start filming and putting it on YouTube because I know there are people out there who have homes just like mine. We have window units in our windows. We have stained walls. We have stained carpets. I can't afford to do a whole lot to fix it up, and we are just living in it as it is. And as much as I love that, I would definitely love to have a newer, more brand new home that is, I don't have to spend money to repaint the walls or have to tear up my carpet and put in new floors. But we've lived in this home for a little over 10 years. And it pretty much came as you see it. We built Cheyenne's room, which is now Trustin's room. We built that room. But other than that, we really haven't done too much because financially we just can't. But I was really motivated to start YouTube because I don't see my home on YouTube. I see all these perfect houses and these lovely people cleaning these houses, and sometimes it feels like they're cleaning a clean home. And I understand that that's not the case, but it's just when you're watching it, that's what it seems like. So I wanted to make a channel that basically showcased the average home of the lower income people and how real messes and real clutter can, it happens. The floors are going to be stained, but we can still make the room look good. The walls are stained, so I put up pictures and posters and put things all along the wall. And a lot of people think that that's too much clutter, but at the same time, for me, I'm not a minimalist. So the clutter doesn't bother me. The cleanliness is what I am more focused on. So I would just really wanted to get something out there for other people to be able to relate, and those who are in small rundown homes and homes that maybe they're not proud of, but it's their home, it's a roof over their head, and they should be proud of it. I am so very proud of my house, and I really enjoy showing it to you guys. I know it's not perfect, but I'm okay with it. I know one day we'll get that perfect house, but for right now, we're where we're meant to be. So I just really appreciated that comment, and I wanted to kind of explain why I started YouTube in the first place, not just to motivate all of you to clean and to go through this cleaning journey with me, but to also show you my real life. I have nothing to hide. I'm not ashamed of anything, and I put it all out there, all raw and real, and I really wanted to acknowledge that comment and let them know that I really appreciate it because that was my whole goal. But anyways, enough with all the blabbing and everything. Once I got everything cleaned off of the desk, I moved on to getting the mountain of laundry that I needed to catch up on done. Get everything folded and put away and hang everything up. get all of the stuff off of the chest at the foot of the bed, and then get the bed made. But for the most part, it was definitely a lot going on in this room, and there was a lot to clean, but I was able to get it all done, and honestly, the feeling of it being done should be enough to motivate me to continue to keep it clean. And for the most part, I do. But there are definitely times where I am just like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I just did all of this, and the room is the last thing I want to worry about. But I am so very happy that I was able to get in here and get it done. And it looks really awesome. So when I was making the bed, I decided to use a blanket that Joe had gotten me. He actually got me this blanket because he thought that it was roses, but it turned out that it was a big skull. And I kind of thought it was really fitting to use that during October because Halloween is next week. So it was kind of the perfect blanket to use. I know it's probably not going to be there for very long because Halloween is next week and it's almost over. But I really do like this blanket. I think it's really cool looking. And I think it was so cute that Joe thought that it was roses, but it turned out to be a skull. And lucky for him, I like skulls too. So it was a win-win for him.
Close to me, close to what we used to be. But I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling it too? Oh baby, won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Love me like yesterday. Don't you feel it? How it feels, babe. Won't you love me? The old kind of new way. Old kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too, babe. And love me like yesterday. Old kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too. And love me like yesterday. Wouldn't hold it against you if you say that you don't wanna get close to me, close to what we used to be, yeah. But I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling the groove? Oh baby, won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't kinda new. Tell me you're feeling it too, babe. And love me like yesterday. Oh, but kinda new. Tell me you're feeling it too. And love me like yesterday. Love me like yesterday. Yesterday.
So once I was finally done with the bedroom, I was able to move on to finally getting all of the decorations done outside and getting our Halloween display in full view for all the neighbors. And it was definitely long overdue. I usually have these up around the same time that I start to decorate the inside of the house. But because there was a couple of hurricanes that came through, we kind of procrastinated on putting them up because we didn't want to have to pull the blow-ups down and pull them in to keep them safe and take everything down because the hurricane would have probably ripped everything out. So we waited until the hurricanes were over and we started to put all the decorations up this week. And luckily, we were able to get it all done. Every year for Halloween and for Christmas, we have a PVC arch that we put up around the fence. And there are stakes that are at the fence post on the outside of the fence post that we keep in the ground year round. And we will put the arch on those and then zip tie it to the fence. But before that we do that, we always take our lights and go ahead and wrap them around the PVC before we put it up. And we'll take some electrical tape, and every few feet we will wrap the electrical tape around it to keep the lights secure, so that when we do put the arch up on the stakes, we don't have to worry about anything getting loose or drooping or anything like that. So we will wrap the lights first, and then we put the arch up. And then we decided to take what was left of the lights and wrap them around the top two rows or pillars or whatever they are of the fence, or the gate, I'm sorry. But we did that, and then we wrapped everything up, and we made sure that the lights worked and all of that. And we do this every year. We use the arch for Halloween and for Christmas, but it's definitely a good thing to have because we're in the back corner, and we're pretty much the last house at a dead end. So to have the arch up and make sure that it's got lights on it draws attention, so that when we give out candy on Halloween night, everybody knows that we are back there and they'll come to us. So if we didn't have the arch, I feel like it would be a little bit harder for all of the trick-or-treaters to see us because we are at the end of a dead end. So the arch definitely comes in handy. So this year we definitely did our decorations very different than last year. I do try to change it up every year because I don't have a ton of decorations. So I wanted to change it up this year and relocate the graveyard that we normally do. So we hung up the mummy on the shed, and then we used the big ghost that we have and put it in the back, and then put all of the tombstones and all of the reapers and everything in front of it. Unfortunately, the ghost worked for this video, and it worked that night, and then when it went to come on the next day with the timer, the ghost did not inflate. So we went out there to investigate, and come to find out the fan on the ghost had stopped working. It was trying to work, but it wasn't working. So what we decided to do was just take that one down, and Joe is going to try to fix it. But in the meantime, we actually ordered a couple new inflatables, one being a new ghost, but it's a little bit different, and also a black cat to go with our witch that is going on the other side. Unfortunately, I was not able to film those because they did not, the cat just came yesterday, and my ghost will not be here until Sunday, which will be the day after you guys see this video. So I will be putting a updated look at the display, and also some of our little Halloween treats and stuff that we'll be doing on Halloween in next week's video. So you will see all of that. But it is definitely a lot better than it was last year. I feel like the graveyard worked so much better in this smaller space, and the ghost behind it was really, really cool. And we are going to do the same thing with the new ghost. It's the same height, it just looks different. So it is kind of going to be the same concept, but just with a different ghost when it comes to the graveyard side. So on this side of the yard, this is normally where we would have put our graveyard, but since we changed everything up this year, we decided to kind of keep it with the, like a monster theme, I suppose you could say. We went ahead and put up the big spider web right there on the corner of the house, and then I put half of the spiders that I have on this one, because it is bigger than our other spider web that we are putting on the smaller round bush. So I put a I think it was 1 or 2 more spiders on this big spider web than I did the other spider web. And then this is the other spider web. It is smaller and it's round and it fits perfectly on this bush. This is kind of the designated spider bush. We did end up going back and putting the spider egg sacs that I have. We ended up putting them on this bush as well. I didn't do it in this clip, but we were going to try to put the spider eggs somewhere else, and it ended up not working. So we just went ahead and put them with this spider web, and I think there were 3 spiders on this one, and my favorite one's got to be the red and black spider. I just think it's unique. It's the only one like it. All the rest of them are just plain black, but the red and black spider I always keep on this particular spider web just because of the fact that it's different and it kind of draws your eyes to it. And then finally, the only thing that we had left was the last of the blow-ups, which is the headless horseman or pumpkin head or whatever you want to call him. I think on Amazon he was called the headless horseman or the headless axeman. I don't remember. But I will link all of my decorations that I can in the description below. Some of them are currently unavailable, but I am going to try to find at least something similar so that I can list things that are at least as close to what I have as possible. So if you like any of these things, go ahead and check the description and I will have everything linked in there. But we did the Headless Axeman and then the Witch, and we ended up putting a bunch of the beware, danger, all of those little signs all around this area just to kind of fill it in. Now, we are putting the cat that I got next to the witch because it is a black cat. So, every witch needs her black cat. So, I had to keep them together. But, like I said, unfortunately, that one did not get filmed. But that will be in the updated version of our Halloween display, which is next week. And I'm also going to be showing you our Halloween display along with where we're going to have the candy and all of that. We try to go all out for our trick-or-treaters. I know we can't really afford it, so we try to make the most of it. And I love the way that it turns out every year. It's always different, but it's always so much fun. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it went from one extreme to the next when it comes to cleaning the messy room of mine to going outside and creating a pretty cool Halloween display. I know that I don't have a ton of decorations, but I just think it turned out really well. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Also, check that description box in case you like any of these decorations. I'm going to do my best to link everything that I got. And if it's not available, I'm going to link as close as possible. So make sure to check that out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss a video. And I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching.